I mean, he's so good about talking about feminism, another topic that's so hard for people to get into, or Indigenous, or relationships with Indigenous people. So I'm totally for everything that Justin does, and even his mistakes.
Hey folks, don't you think Justin Trudeau would look absolutely fabulous in orange, as in wearing an orange prison jumpsuit? Well, we sure think so, which is why we're here today in the nation's capital to deliver some messages to the Trudeau Liberals via our Jumbotron-equipped truck. We're going to reiterate Jody Wilson-Raybould's claim that Trudeau pressured her to drop criminal charges against his friends. And we plan to point out that interfering with a prosecution in any manner violates Section 139 of the Criminal Code. And we want to rhetorically ask our fantastic feminist Prime Minister why he just can't take no for an answer from women. And we want to lend our voice to the chorus out there demanding that the RCMP investigate this obstruction of justice. And so it is that we'll be driving around Ottawa today, going to places where the Trudeau Liberals might indeed see these messages. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't already done so, folks, please visit our new website, jailtrudeau.com, and sign the petition. And if you can make a donation to help pay for the cost of this truck and our expenses to Ottawa, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you ever so much yet again for your generosity. We brought our truck down to the trendy Byward Market. We're hoping to do some streeters here. I got to be honest, folks, I'm not that hopeful. Last year we tried that with the Fire Murnau campaign, and it just seems that everybody in Ottawa, at least in this neck of the woods, is somehow connected to government or the bureaucracy, and it was really very hard to get people to open up. But we're going to give it another try. And hopefully we can have people weigh in on whether or not Justin Trudeau still has the moral authority in which to govern. Hello, sir. Hi, we're just asking people what they think of Justin Trudeau's conduct during the SNC-Lavalin affair.
Well, I don't know whether you're asking the right questions. I'm not sure I'm trying to understand what the scandal or what so-called scandal is all about.
I'm okay with Justin's conduct. I think that out of all the other three leaders, he's in a difficult situation because he's opened up the discussions around, corrupt culture. I mean, at least we're all getting to talk about corrupt culture.
Oh, can I swear? Oh my God.
By all means.
He's raised my blood pressure for the last 2 years. Like, this is ridiculous. He's incredibly corrupt. He's, as far as being a feminist, oh my God, that's an embarrassment to all women. I'm ashamed to be a woman just knowing that he calls himself a feminist.
You raise a very good point, because he does brand himself as a male feminist, and yet he seems to have a lot of trouble accepting the answer no from women.
Absolutely, and he always has, it seems. And his conduct, I mean, just for example, the time that he elbowed a woman in the house. Yes. Everything that he does is totally against what he stands for, or what he says he stands for.
Oh, pass, thanks.
Okay, how about yourself, sir?
I mean, he's so good about talking about feminism, another topic that's so hard for people to get into, or Indigenous, our relationships with Indigenous people. So I'm totally for everything that Justin does, and even his mistakes.
Do you think that Justin Trudeau still has the moral authority in which to govern?
Well, I think that's for the population to decide. I think we live in a free democracy. We have election every 4 years. There's no legal reason why he should resign. This is a very, very political controversy in my own mind, and obviously every party, including the governing party, are trying to make the best of the situation for their own advantage politically. But I think for the general population, I don't see really any reason why he should resign.
No comment. Sorry.
Okay, then thank you.
I think he's got a serious problem. He can't say sorry, first of all, and I don't think he likes women at all. And he's using his power and his control to tell them what to do and make them do what he wants them, and if they don't, get out.
And what do you think of the allegations, if they're true, that he was pressuring the former Attorney General to basically turn a blind eye to the law because it meant jobs for SNC-Lavalin, and that would be good for Liberal MPs in Quebec, of course?
I think that's absolutely ridiculous. With all the jobs that are being lost across the country, especially in Alberta. I just had a friend call me the other night from Edmonton. A very good friend of hers in his 60s committed suicide 2 nights ago, job loss. Well, there's a lot of people losing their jobs, and there's a lot of people that are really suffering in Alberta. 9,000 jobs across Canada, that's ridiculous. First of all, they would have found jobs in other places because it's it's a construction company.
But you know, ma'am, it seems that he has trouble, as someone who's self-declared as a male feminist, he seems to have trouble accepting the answer no from a woman, given, the recent resignations of ministers from his cabinet. What do you think that is?
I don't know. I need a little bit more time to think about that one, actually. I don't think that he's not accepting no.
How you doing there? We're just asking people what they think of Justin Trudeau's conduct during the SNC-Lavalin affair.
I like it.
Oh, is that right?
I sure do.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
So you believe the Prime Minister as opposed to Jody Wilson-Raybould?
You have to believe one or the other. I think you can believe both. I think it's a matter of interpretation, and I think he's handled it pretty well. I like him.
And I guess you still think he has the moral authority in which to govern then?
Sure do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moral authority, that's a very gray area. Yeah, well, I'm not sure about that. Maybe yes, but let's see what the people think. Yeah.
Hi guys. Hi, we're just no? Okay then.
There's a lot of, from what I can see, a lot of hearsay. There's a lot of just like everybody has a different story.
Yes.
And it's really hard to really pin down what really actually happened. If you listen to her story, there've been no illegal conduct, but there've been pressure. Yes. And when you look at, the clerk and look at at Jerry Butts and you look at the Prime Minister's comment, they said, well, no, it wasn't really pressure. We already told her that she was making the final decisions. So I think it's hard for the population to really make up their own mind what actually happened.
They've been, charged with bribery. They're as corrupt. Well, he's as corrupt as they are.
Yeah, with the pipeline paralysis in this country, it's so sad to see these jobs being lost. Do you think it's all about politics that, Alberta and the West, for that matter, is hardly a Liberal stronghold for seats, so that's what carries the day?
Absolutely. He's from Quebec. And he stated he's from Quebec, and we can't lose those jobs. That was just a huge cover-up. He was more worried about losing his seat than anything else. Yeah.
Do you think Justin Trudeau looks good in orange? Do you think he has some matching socks for that?
We could find him some socks. I would go out personally and shop for some. Trust me. He's a pathetic prime minister. He's not my prime minister, and I've never been so upset and so angry in 65 years looking at what he's doing to our country and division. There's only one person that's caused division, and that's him.
Well, I disagree that he was part of involved in encouraging this. That he was really involved. I think it's like we've heard one side, we've heard another side, but it's all perception, and I don't think that I mean, in any situation that's murky, there's all kinds of perceptions. So we've got two perceptions right now. I'm sure as the story unfolds, which is lovely that we can actually hear the whole story unfold, you know, and hear more perceptions and eventually get to the truth. And I totally believe Jody, you know, and I do believe...
You do believe Jody then?
I totally believe Jody, yeah, as well. And I believe Justin. I just think it's perceptions.
You can't believe both of them with all due respect.
Yes, I can, because it's like I'm listening to this perception and it makes sense, and I'm listening to this perception, it sounds like truth too, you know? And I'm going, okay, I need more information.
All right then.
Yeah, and at least I'm getting the opportunity to talk about it.
And the bottom line is... the bottom line is you still... Well, we're Rebel Media, man.
Oh my God.
The bottom line is you still think that Justin Trudeau has the moral authority in which to govern then?
Oh, totally. 100%. Yes. Yes. Okay?
Well, there you go, folks. I'm once again firmly convinced Ottawa is the worst city in Canada in which to do streeters. So many people have no comment to make. It's like they've got some position with the government or the bureaucracy, and it's kind of like being in the mob, isn't it? Nobody likes a snitch. But we did see some people weigh in, and I guess only in this town would you find people who are still 100% behind the Prime Minister. Well, folks, our mission to Ottawa with our Jumbotron-equipped truck was a resounding success. And by the way, thank you to all of you who chipped in $1 or $2 to make this mission happen. And certainly our billboard elicited a lot of response, both pro and con. There was just one hitch, however. Justin Trudeau himself wasn't here to see this message. And we thought with the ongoing dumpster fire that is the SNC-Lavalin affair, that the Prime Minister would be hunkered down here in Ottawa working on crisis management and damage control. But no, he's taken another personal day off, maybe a personal week off. He's evidently on some Florida beach right now, working on his suntan, which just goes to show that when it comes to prioritizing things, this Prime Minister really has his priorities in order, doesn't he? For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, if you're sick and tired of all the shenanigans revolving around the SNC-Lavalin affair, well, please go to our new website, jailtrudeau.com. That's jailtrudeau.com, and put your name on our petition. And hey, while you're there, if you haven't already done so, please chip in $1 or $2 to help pay our expenses to bring this Jumbotron-equipped truck to Ottawa so that we can deliver your messages firsthand.